Good morning, guys, and welcome back to TTSMC Trader. How are you all? Hope everyone is good and you guys can hear me. If everything is good, let me know to the comment box. Okay, jumping. Okay. Uh yeah. Let's see who is here and who can hear. Vin, good morning. Tamimi, good morning, sir. Sharada, good morning. You're audible. Okay, so you guys can hear me. That's cool. Please don't forget to push the like button. That's the important thing. And please remind other people to join our group, our community, our channel. Sometimes ask them to subscribe. Okay. However, this is the price action so far, and market has traded this weekly bullish gap. Yeah, it didn't trade the CE of this gap. That means the C is actually missing. It didn't trade the CE, but still I'll keep this gap over here, and I'm gonna lock it from the daily chart. That was that relatively equal lows. It was here something like that, and then market actually took this low with a shallow run. I wanted to see that to take this low or relatively equal lows. More importantly, to trade the C of this gap, then maybe market will go higher or something like that. But right now, I have the market structure shift as well. So I'm going to actually remove this line over here and watching this gap. So I'm going to mark this daily bearish gap. I'm not saying that the market is bullish right now. I'm just interested to see how this market is going to react with this daily bearish fair value gaps. That means when this market came here, took this buy side liquidity relatively equal highs around that area, trade the mean threshold of this order block, perfectly respected the mean threshold. Not even a single body has closed above the mean threshold of this order block, and then fall, gave me the market structure shift, lower market structure shift. After trading this daily gap, does it really would love to fall on more time to for this volume imbalance, or does it really would love to go through this gap and would love to go for this relatively equal highs? That is the big question right now. So as long as it's not reaching over here, I'm bullish. But when it will reach to this daily bearish fair value gap, then I will be in indecision. So right now I'm bullish, but later I have to wait for the confirmation. Really, is it going to hold it and send the market lower, or is it going to be broken? Market is going for the buy sell liquidity around that area. That will be like later case. But right now I'm only bullish. I'm not bearish at all. I'm bullish from this level to this level, which is nearly 238 handle. I prefer to take the buy only for this daily bearish fair value gap. From the hourly chart, to be honest, it was like this day over here, that day over here, which is yesterday morning session. Bit difficult to trade, to be honest. Like no, just the sideways or the range market, not moving anywhere. This is really difficult to trade. As well as here, like small body long week, and then indecisive candle, indecisive candle, indecisive candle, and then fall, which happened actually around the PM session, around the sell side liquidity, which was here. Around the PM session, market simply fall, take that sell side liquidity, whole morning session was seek and destroy. So difficult. After clearing the sell side liquidity and old low taken two times, one is here, one is there. So the old low has taken two times. I'm thinking, can it keep going higher for this daily bearish fair value gap? That is my interest right now to think. I'm only bullish as long as it's not going for this daily daily bearish gap low, at least the low, and later we'll see if it can reach for this C of this daily gap. Like that is also acceptable. But after reaching to this daily gap, I have no bias. I'll just simply wait. I'll let the market to decide what it is going to do. From the hourly chart, I really don't have any sort of bullish fair value gap. All of this bull run, there is not even a single bullish fair value gap. So bit difficult to look for any sort of bullish PDRA from the hourly chart. Let's see what is happening from 15-minute chart. So from the 15-minute chart, I have this beautiful buy side liquidity here, and I also have this buy side liquidity here. So I have two buy side liquidity. My first interest this buy side liquidity, but eventually this buy side liquidity is going to be my next target. because I'm expecting this market will come here to this daily bearish gap after clearing the sell side liquidity, which was here around that area that has been cleared. And I'm really interested to see this market to go higher and come to this buy side liquidity around that area. In the meantime, let me see from the 4-hour chart. So this candle from 4-hour chart is going to close around 10 a.m. New York local time. So there will be a 4-hour bullish gap. Why 4-hour chart? Because from the hourly chart, I really don't have anything. From 15-minute chart also, I really don't have anything. Like, this is really so disgusting price action. So I have to move higher to find some sort of gap. I'm not saying this will be a gap over here, but when the 10 a.m. candle will close, then maybe this will be a bullish parallel gap from the 4-hour chart, and market will trade this gap, and then we'll target the buy side liquidity, which is here and there. So that is my expectation right now. If the market fall like here and here, this is the best case of scenario, and I believe that I'll find some sort of buying opportunity in this type of area. Okay. Otherwise, if the market open and just keep going higher, that is also acceptable, but I will just miss that trade. My first interest is to see this market to fall to clear some swing low, like this swing low over here, that swing low over here, this two swing low is really more than enough for liquidity taken or some sort of liquidity need to be taken. Last gap is broken around that area. So I hope this market will fall. It will come to this 4-hour bullish gap that is not been made yet. It will be there after 10 a.m. because the 10 a.m. the 4-hour candle is going to close. And then I'll just only interested for this buy side liquidity. Now, yesterday I told you how to look for if you have both buy side and sell side liquidity, how you should look for that. Okay, so today's case is absolutely different because I don't have the sell side liquidity today. Yesterday I had both sell side and buy side. So I had to look for the deep premium, deep discount. But today I have only buy side liquidity. And I have seen that the sell side, one side is clear. Okay. The support is gone. So I'm just one sided. It can give some kind of, retracement. For example, if I come from this low to this high around that area, this is the 50% 6 on 8 level. This is not the real dealing range, but like for the sake of this conversation, it can fall until this area. So around 9:30 market will just consolidate. After 10 a.m. market will build the hourly bullish gap. Then after 10, maybe market will fall, come until here, and then will go higher. That is the best case of scenario. But if I look for the real dealing range, this is the low, this is the high, this is the 50%, this is the 6 on 8 level. So I really would love to see this market to fall at first, then go higher toward that buy side liquidity. So I have the buy side liquidity only on this market. I'm only bullish. If this market keep falling, take this low over here. That is like untradable for me. So I will have no bias. I will just I have to let this go. The difference between having a bias and not having a bias is if you have a bias and the price is smooth, not like this type of price action. Okay, this was really disaster yesterday, like seek and destroy. If it is not seek and destroy price action, you will at least get some opportunity to get some profit from the market. You'll get it. Okay, for sure you'll get it. Even though you will get sometimes stop out 1 or 2 times, but after that you will get your profit for sure. But if you don't have the bias, like when the market will come here inside the daily cap, I will have no bias. So I will just simply act with the price action without any sort of bias. If you don't have any bias, then it's always difficult to find out which setup is going to work and which setup is not going to work if it is an high probable situation. Otherwise, like consolidation area, nothing is going to work. That's for sure. So let's see if my idea can work or not. Like around for this 4-hour candle is going to close, and then around 10 market will fall, trade the 4-hour gap, which is here. After trading this 4-hour gap, market will go toward that buy side liquidity. I don't need that 4-hour gap to be traded, even if it create this gap, but it will be awesome if it do that. From the hourly chart, I have this order block. If you guys remember that old order block that has already been traded after so many times. But the good thing is, after even trading this bearish order block, I don't have the sell side liquidity. So I don't need to worry about this bearish order block to think that, oh, okay, maybe this bearish order block is going to hold the market and sending it lower. Of course, can do that if this market really interested to come for that volume imbalance. this order block can hold the market and send it lower. This is a really very important order block. But as I don't have the sell side liquidity and I'm not long term bearish at all, instead of that, I'm short term bullish. I'm just interested to see this market is not going to respect from this bearish order block and just keep falling. It can hold the market for a specific period of time, like until for 10 a.m., so that it can build the 4 hour bullish gap. After 10 a.m., the market will trade this gap and then go for this buy side liquidity. That is the best case of scenario, and I highly appreciate to work like that way. However, guys, like after yesterday's price action, I really would love to think about taking a break for at least 1 week. The last week of the August is coming from Monday. So I really would love to let this go. Okay. So this is absolutely low probable area. And sometimes taking break is always help you to build a new kingdom, to gather more energy, more confident. If you take some breaks, like sometimes. Not something like if I get something good, maybe I'll take the trade. But I really would love to take a break from today for the whole next week. Not going to like maybe one or two pushing button will be okay. But I'm really not interested to go for any sort of trade the whole week next week, because August last week in my life I've never seen good price action. I always seen it's just disaster. So that's why I'm just interested to see if I can take some break over here. So that is so far the plan from the for the Nasdaq, and this is the 1 minute chart. From 1 minute chart, to be honest, to have any sell side liquidity. I have some sell side liquidity around that area. By the way, I will just remove this weekly gap from my 1 minute chart, so it will be gone. And I'm going to remove this gap for now. If this gap is going to be built around 10 a.m., I'll just mark that gap. So from 1 minute chart, I have some sell side liquidity around that area. This area has some sort of sell side liquidity. This market can fall for this sell side liquidity. You see, this is the last gap from 1 minute chart that is holding the market over here. That gap is holding from the 15-minute chart. Sorry, 1 minute chart that is holding the market. It can hold the market, send it lower for this sell side liquidity. Just marking it. I'm not interested to see this sell side liquidity to be taken. Okay, so I'm just for the sake of this conversation, or for the like if I'm wrong in that type of scenario, maybe market can target this sell side liquidity. But if it really target this sell side liquidity, I'm just going to let this go without touching this market. I'm only bullish as long as this market is not going to clear this buy side liquidity. More importantly, that buy side liquidity to trade this daily bearish gap. So this big daily bearish gap is my first priority for today, and I want to see this market to go higher and trade this uh, daily bearish gap by taking the buy side liquidity over here. I also don't need all of them, because if the market fall at first, for example, around here, and then target only this buy side liquidity, which is here, very clean from 50-minute chart, from 1 minute chart, from hourly chart, so clean, that will be more than enough for me to be profitable. Like it's nearly 263 handle, something like that. So that is more than enough for being profitable, in my opinion. So I highly appreciate if the market go higher, then maybe I'll be able to take some buy. If it is a bearish market and my bias is wrong today, maybe I'll not take any sort of sell. I'll let the sell go. Whoever is thinking market is bearish and it's going to fall, so you would love to take a sell only, just don't hold on. Okay, just don't hold on. Just take the sell without thinking. Just take the sell. I would love to go for the ES a bit so that I can see the price action and I can compare the price action from NQ and ES. So this is the price action so far from the weekly chart for NQ. I would love to see what is happening in here. So that is that area. I'm gonna move it. Like this thing I have marked long time ago. If you guys remember, for the standard deviation, and I told that it can get some kind of reaction from 0.5, fall a bit to trade this, then it will come here, then it will go higher. Like this type of things is very good, but eventually it has to reach a -2 standard deviation, at least -1.5 standard deviation. That is the best area, like which is here, this area for ES. But I can see this market is also trading this bullish gap, but after clearing the all-time high. So if you compare the NQ market with the ES market, NQ has not taken the all-time high yet, but NQ has already taken the sorry ES has already taken the all-time high. Right now it is trading this weekly bullish gap. So still it didn't reach for this CE as well. But I think it is trading the upper quadrant of this daily bullish gap, because when the market is going higher from my weekly chart, ES is much more stronger rather than the NQ. So it doesn't need to trade the CE. If the C is traded by NQ, that's more than enough. So over here, I'm seeing this market actually respecting the weekly bullish fair value gap so far. And can it go higher for this line, which is minus 1.5 standard deviation from the daily chart? So market has taken this low, it has taken that low. So that was on fake SMT with the NQ. NQ didn't take this sell side, I mean this low, where ES has already taken this low. So this low has taken by NQ yesterday. So this is the candle that has taken this low by NQ. But ES has already taken this low like the day before. I mean, it was the Tuesday where market actually took this low. So there was a fake SMT from the daily chart because this is stronger and NQ was weaker comparing to ES while the market is going higher. So I think both of them has corrected the fake SMT. Now they will start to go higher. Still, I'm not saying that this market will keep going higher, the NQ market, ES market, but there is a high probability the market will keep going higher. Okay, excuse me. So right now it seems like extremely bearish. So maybe this will be bearish, but this is the gap. I really would love to see this. Both of the market is going to trade this gap, NQ and ES. Let's see what is happening from the 4-hour chart. So from the 4-hour chart, it didn't trade any sort of bearish PDR around that area, not even a single bearish PDR. Instead of that, it has built this bullish PDR over here, which is the balanced price range. So what can happen? This candle can close here somewhere, you know, and then 10 a.m. market will fall a bit, trade this volume imbalance, and then start to go higher. This is my high probability for ES as well, as it is building this volume imbalance from this specific gap over here in this two gap. Now, this is really not an important gap. I can't say this is an important gap because you see this price action is extremely bullish over here, like extremely bullish. I really don't have any word to say because if you see from the 4-hour chart, like almost like one, two bear candle, maybe third bear candle, all other bull candle. One bear candle, all other bull candle. One bear candle, all other bull candle. So it was extremely skyrocket. And to be honest, this is nothing I see from here, from 4-hour chart, that gap I can use. Otherwise, if this market really interested to fall for this volume imbalance, that is also acceptable, but I really don't think it will happen. And instead of that, market will actually go higher. From the hourly chart, yeah, something like market is still respecting the order block, which has already been traded one time. So this time market came in the main threshold of this order block and respecting from there. Would love to see if it can fall to this fair value gap, which is over here from the hourly chart, then go higher. Otherwise, maybe market will simply respect some sort of gap over here. This candle high, this candle low. There is a gap and then start to go higher. This buy side liquidity is my highest importance right now to see if it can go for this buy side liquidity around that area, because it has taken a lot of sell side liquidity. So only the buy side left in this market, except buy side, I don't see any sell side liquidity. From 15-minute chart, it's too messy actually. But good thing is market has built another buy side here. So this is relatively equal highs. Also, it has engineered the buy side liquidity. That is also good. So yeah, at the beginning, I want to see this market to fall and then go higher toward the buy side liquidities. First of all, here and this buy side liquidity as well, which is very clean actually. So these buy side liquidities are really so beautiful. So if the market fall and then start to go higher toward that buy side liquidity, I think that is the good thing to happen in this market. I really don't think it will keep falling. I don't think so. Let me see what is happening in YMA bit from the weekly chart. Same thing. This has cleared the all-time high. So only the NQ didn't clear the all-time high. Otherwise, both ES and YM has cleared the all-time high. So this is that weekly bullish gap. So this guy has already traded the low of that bullish gap. So where other market is struggling to trade the C of that weekly bullish gap, YM has already cleared. I mean, not even trade the bullish gap CE, but also it has fully closed the bullish gap, except this volume imbalance over here. So yeah, it has already done its job in my opinion. I think it will start to go higher now. Let me actually remove them so that I can see what is going to happen inside the lower time frame. Okay, so from the daily chart, that is that low that has been taken long ago by YM, but it has been taken yesterday by NQ. So, however, it can fall a bit here. I really don't want to see that, to be honest. But like when the both other market is bullish, YM is bearish. When YM is bullish, both other market is bearish. So it is not correlated anymore. I don't know why, but it's been a long. It's not correlated at all. From the 4 hourly chart, not 4 hour chart, hourly chart, what is saying, what is happening in 4 hour chart? Okay, so from the 4 hour chart, it is extremely bullish comparing to other two market. I have the bearish gap here. So for this YM, I think it is better to think about a sell. So something like that. It will come to this gap at first and then will fall. It will come over here. I'll see actually. I will come back to this YM just to see if it is happening or not. So for YM, I want to see this market to come. It's like it should be correlated with other two market, but now these days it's not correlated. Instead of that, it go against the other two markets. At the beginning, it actually do that. So today, I'm also interested to see this 4 hour candle will come here to this gap at first, then it will target this gap over here. So when the NQ is bearish to trade the bullish gap from the 4 hour chart, YM will go higher to trade this bearish gap from 4 hour chart. After trading the bullish gap from 4 hour chart by ES and NQ, they will start to go higher and it will start to fall. This is something I'm expecting to happen, but we'll see. Okay, really nothing at all, nothing at all. From 15-minute chart, simply so much shit here. I think it's a good idea to avoid trading the last week of the August. I think it's a good idea. Just let me see what is happening in dollar index. Just a bit. Okay. So I had the buy side liquidity here. They have been cleared that buy side liquidity, and after that they have taken the sell side liquidity as well. Okay, that's cool. Here is the bullish cap around that area that is trading. So does this market really would love to fall? I don't think so. It will keep falling. I don't think so. But if it really keep falling, then YM and sorry, all other market, if they are bullish, that's gonna be a low resistance liquidity run. I don't think so it's going to happen. Instead of that, it will go higher toward that buy side liquidity market left here by respecting any of this bullish PTRA, like this gap over here, or maybe this old gap, or the lowest down close body close candles, water block. After trading them, maybe the market will start to go higher. I think this is going to happen. Yeah, from the daily chart, that is the last fair value gap over here. Okay, no, that is the last gap. So yeah, it can simply trade this gap or it can come over here, then can start to go higher. That is also possible. This is really so beautiful buy side liquidity. That should be the target. Hourly chart, nothing. Okay, 4 hour chart, I have the gap over here. So after trading this gap, maybe the market will fall. If it fall and Nasdaq is also falling, that's gonna be a high resistance liquidity run. So first hour is gonna be difficult to trade. Wow, that is a nice fall. Let me see if it is really interested to build any sort of bullish gap or not. I need a bullish gap to be honest here by the 4 hour candle. So it has to it can't simply touch this high. If this high is touched by this candle before 10 a.m. If this high is touched, there will be no bullish gap. I really would love to see there will be a bullish gap. Otherwise I have to target this CE of this weekly bullish fair value gap. If there is no bullish fair value gap from the 4 hour chart, I have to target this C. I don't want to target this C, to be honest. I would love to target the buy side liquidity, which is around there. So this buy side liquidity I would love to target. Uh, we'll see how it is going to react. Keep falling, gonna be tough for me. I tapped to the weekly bullish gap high. Now it is falling from there again. Does it really interest you to go for this C? And I have this trend line liquidity, right? Hmm. Should I reconsider? This trend line liquidity is really so smooth, but this buy side liquidity is also smooth. Why it is so confusing? Oh man, day by day, this trading is gonna be so confusing. This August is really killing me. However, we'll see. Okay, it's going to build a bearish gap. We'll see how it is going to work around the market open. I will see that. I mean, sale is not also invalid because I have this trend line. So if I go for the trend line is really so good. I mean, it seems like so good trend line, a very strong trend line. And after this big fall, this trend line liquidity is also not bad. Okay, so it has been respecting so many times, so many times, so many times. Tapping here, going higher, tapping here, going higher. So does it really would love to clear this trend line liquidity? More importantly, this low over here, and then would love to go higher after trading this C, or does it really would love to go higher and clear this buy side by leaving this trend line liquidity, coming this daily gap, and then fall for this trend line liquidity? So confusing. I don't know. Okay, to be honest, it's really so confusing. All this price action is confusing. Maybe it's good for some of you, but I'm seeing it a very confused market, as a very confused market. I better wait for 10 a.m. today. Okay, so no trade is going to be framed before 10 a.m. Even if it is really good, but I think I should have wait. I mean, I have to wait for 10 a.m. Okay, what is happening now? 9:25 candle is extremely bear candle. Suddenly, we'll see. This is a tough price action. But I really appreciate if this type of price action create inside the AM session. But we are not seeing this type of price action inside the AM session. AM session, we are seeing this type of price action, like for a long period of time. This type of price action. This is really disgusting. I really don't want to trade this type of price action. I prefer to trade this type of price action, like this fall, this retracement, this, like they are really good, but not like this type of sideways candles. They're really tough. Let's see what happened around the 7 a.m. Okay. So this is the high. This is the low. It's around 7. It has cleared the low. After that, gave me the bullish displacement. Buy from here. Stop loss below this gap. It was good. The 7 a.m. was really so good. I think it's not going to leave any sort of bullish gap from the 4 hour chart. And maybe this is going to be a bearish market. I'm not going to take the sell, to be honest. At least not from there. So I'll see. No need to use the brain right now. Let's wait for the market to open, and then we'll see what is going to happen. We'll see that. Yeah, please let me know your bias to the comment box. I really would love to know that. What is your bias? Hey, Sojivan. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Ronaldo. Good morning, brother. Dora. Hello, sister. Thanks for the penguin. Good morning. Trading in the zone. Chatur. Good morning. Dora, same. I'm taking a week from next week. Yeah, I'm just going to take a break just for the next week and from today actually, because last week of August is disaster. I mean, I know that you will say, oh, okay, this guy is doing the live streaming and he's saying that he's very confused. Man, if you are new, you will. This is actually really disaster for some of you. Okay, if you are new, but if you are with me for so long, you know that how much I am confident about the bias or about the price action, how much I feel confident, and how many times I'm right. But this is really so confusing price action. So I don't need to pretend that I know, like I'm really good in this price action. I don't need to pretend. This is tough price action, and I have to admit that this is tough price action. So I'm admitting it. Market is going to open. Before the market open, I would love to show you these things, because if any of you are interested about Apex Trading Fund Trader Funding, $49 all in for 50K account, no separate price action, no activation fees, nothing. 100K intraday account is also going to cost you $59. No activation fees, nothing at all. No separate fees. Okay. If you don't like these two offer, in that type of scenario, you can go for 90% off for all standard eval account. And the price action fees is gonna be $59, which is really so cheap. Usually their price action fees is $130. Uh, but this time it's like $59. So it's really so cheap. Any size, any kind of account. Use the code T2T to get that offer. And I really don't know what is happening here, but it's tough. Whatever is happening, it's tough. Okay, the volatility is not that much, like 35 handle. It seems like a huge volatile market, but the volatility is not really that much. 1 minute to go before the market open. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button. If any of you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Like 57 people are watching, 17 likes. Can you get all of you guys? Can you please push the like button? Just don't get angry because I'm saying I'm confused about the price action. This is confusing price action. So I have to be I have to accept that. I have to admit that. I'm eligible for payout with Lucid. Thanks God. Congratulations, sister, for your payout. Please share the screenshot with us in our Discord. Other people will be encouraged by your payout. Some people really get fed up because they are facing the worst price action ever. But when someone will share their screenshot about their payout, maybe they'll get some confidence. Oh, this good, this good. I can also make the payout. So this is the regular trading hour opening gap. And I'm gonna go back to electronic trading hour. Yeah, I really appreciate if the market go toward that buy side liquidity. I'm not going to switch my bias actually, even though I have this trend line liquidity and the sell side liquidity. I'm just not going to switch my bias. Maybe I will be bit patient until 10 a.m. today. Not going to take any decision before 10 a.m. And after 10 a.m., I'll see if I find something good or not. I'm going to remove this line because market is not going to build the 4-hour bullish gap at all. I think so. So from the 4-hour chart, still there is an opportunity to build a 4-hour gap, but I don't think so there will be any 4-hour bullish gap. I'll mark it later, okay, if it actually build the bullish gap. I wanted to know how September behave historically. September is good. September is really good. September, October, November is good. There you don't need to worry about the price action over there. It should be good. But if there is any kind of unusual thing happens in the world, then of course it's gonna be difficult. Otherwise, it's really good. Good morning, bom dia, muito bem, obrigado, senhor. Tudo bem, Jamil? Marquis Grand Rising, brother. Nagisakta, hello, sister. Rida, hello, brother. Ali Jali, to come in the pre-market. To come in the pre-market. Forget New York. Uh, that is also a good idea. I mean, this is the trend line, okay? So market previously respected that trend line. And I'll just remove this trend line. This is the 50% of the regular trading or opening gap. I'm also watching the 50-minute chart, hourly chart. If I find something good over there, I don't think so I'll get something good. So this it has traded the 50% of the regular trading or opening gap. Yeah, I think we should forget about the New York session. Instead of that, we should trade before the New York session. It's much more reliable, much more beautiful price action, much more easier price action. To be honest, brother. Vin, if DXY is bullish, it can put pressure on NQ. Of course, it can do that. It's gonna be a high resistance liquidity run in that type of scenario. Steve Fish, good morning, brother. Vin, beautiful liquidity is yellow, but it's too far. Maybe it will go over there. I mean, seems like it's falling for that sell side liquidity. AGL low, right? So I think the lows are here somewhere. I mean, these lows maybe are the AGL lows. It's a good idea. I mean, to fall for that area. I'm just not going to take the sell. I'm just watching it. I will wait until 10 a.m. I believe so before going for any kind of trade. It's going toward the opening runs gap. Maybe we'll move higher after filling the opening runs gap. That is also possible. I will wait for 10 a.m. today. Okay, so before framing any trade, I'm just going to wait for 10 a.m. This is the 50% of the regular trading or opening gap. So far, it is respecting. Let's see if it can hold the market or just going to be broken and gonna keep falling for this sell side. 925 candles is a balanced candle. 925 candle. Okay, that's a balanced candle. Okay, that is not a bad candle. Good candle. Yeah, yeah, guys, please take the sell. Okay, if you guys are thinking about fall, just take the sell. I'm not going to do that. I'll just would love to wait until 10 a.m. just to find out what the market is really interested to do. Because for me, this buy side is so juicy to me. Okay, it's something like I can't ignore this buy side liquidity. So I don't want to go against that buy side liquidity, even though I have some sell side liquidity, trend line liquidity. But I really would love to care about this buy side only. So if the market was falling, I'll let him fall. Maybe the whole day it will be bearish. In that type of scenario, maybe I'll miss every single trade. But anytime I'll get an opportunity to take the buy from any the quadrant level of the regular trading or opening gap, or after taking the sell side liquidity trading the 50-minute bullish gap, maybe I'll think about some sort of buy. And I prefer to wait until 10 a.m. just to see or just to get confirmation what is going to happen. This might actually be good to go long after price hits some sell side liquidity or PDRA. That is also good, brother. More, like more confident. You will be more confident. You'll be more confident. So it has also built the buy side here as well. So for this is the price action. Okay. So this look at this sheet over here. Like this is absolutely garbage. All of this zone is a garbage zone. Yeah. 2 minute till open. Please smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Okay. Bounced off first presented fair value gap from yesterday. Okay. You guys can keep watching them if you want. I'm not interested to go for this. Perfect target touch. I'm still again. Perfect target touch. Boom for you, Ali Jali. In midterm election, those months are bearish. Yes, Bin. I am just trying to say this for a long time. I like a big fall is going to happen, but I'm just confused. Is it going to happen or is it going to start from October or September? Any of this month is going to happen, going to cause the big fall. And the midterm election is around November. So there will be a lot of fun over there. Okay. So finally, I want to see the big fall because the whole market was in bubble. This is just a bubble. So when the bubble will burst, a lot of people is going to cry in this market because a lot of people are buying here in this deep premium area. This is really disgusting. We are the traders who actually trade from 1 minute chart, but actually the real traders they trade from the daily chart, weekly chart, something like that. So it's gonna be difficult for them. That's a great fall. Not going to touch this fall. I am waiting for 10 a.m. before finding my first trade or something like that. AGLO equal low. I post two trades in Discord. We'll see that, Aljali. 50% gap regular trading field. Yes, sir. My brother, I'm eligible for my first payout with Lucid Funded. I'm really happy to hear that, Dora, to be honest, sister. It's a good news because our hard work is going to be paid if we can get some payouts. Okay. It doesn't need to be like $5,000, $10,000, even if it's $500. It's good. So my advice, try to keep taking the payout. Don't just blow your mind. Okay. You have already passed the hardest area. That means you have to make the buffer and then you have to request for the payout, right? So you have already built the buffer. Now it is the easiest way. Every day just make $150. 5 days in a row, you are going to get another payout. Just be patient. Don't blow your mind. Don't blow your account, which is really so difficult. After getting one payout, we are really, most of the time, we are getting so confident. Oh, now I can do whatever I can do. I want to do. But actually, this is the area where we lose our mind and we blow our account. So, in my opinion, it should be bit more patience and just make one more payout. Everything is gonna be much more easier for you, sister. If you can make one more payout, just one more payout. Took a short on ES. Target is for our BPR. As I told you, like this guy will start to go higher while other guys will fall. Okay, something like that. So it will try to go higher, even though it didn't start its run yet. But I think it will start to go higher. It will come here, while NQ will fall, ES will fall, and this guy will go higher. And after coming here, other guys will start to go higher, and this guy will start to fall. This is really disgusting when the correlated market start to react and they start to go go against each other. 25% regular trading our gap filled. Yes, sir, I can see it. The 25% has been filled already. This is the low of the regular trading our opening gap, and I have the sell set here as well. I mean, next week off. Oh, okay. So why I didn't read your okay, I didn't read your comment. I'm taking the week off because this week was so stressful. I'm also going to take the off, sister. Did you see the new top step account? No, I didn't see that. I don't see I didn't see the top step account for a long time now. Like nearly maybe 1 year. I didn't see the top step account. Are they good? If you guys really interested about top step, then you should try the Tradify before going for the top step. I mean, Tradify is really so awesome. I don't know why most of the people really like Tradify. They're absolutely legitimate and their payout is so standard. If you compare, I mean, I don't really know what type of new thing top step has added, but if I talk about the what happened. Okay. Yeah, guys, I'm just going to wait until 10 a.m. just before going for any kind of trade. Okay. I'm not going to take any sort of sell. Whatever sell this market has created, I really don't want to take it. I really would love, don't want to go against the buy side here, against this buy side. I really appreciate if the market really go for this buy side liquidity. It's more easier for me to think about the buy rather than sell. Even though, I don't know, man. It's so tough. I mean, it's simply telling me to think about the sell, but I really don't want to go for the sell. I also don't have any sort of bullish period. Yeah, I have this 50-minute bullish gap around that area. This candle high, this candle low, but this low is taken with a shallow run. So this bullish gap really doesn't have any value anymore, in my opinion. They don't have any value over here. So next bullish gap is over here. and finally the bullish gap is over here around that area or this area. So to be honest, this gap really don't see any importance at all right now. But I don't want to take the sell. So what is wrong with that? If I don't want to take the sell, what is wrong? Nothing is wrong. I think I will just let this go until 10 a.m. just to see what is going to happen. But all I'm not going to do, I'm not going to take the sell. That's all I'm not going to do. However, let me see what is the dealing range. It has been traded already. Okay. So if I come for the huge dealing range, like the low to the high, where is it trading right now? Okay. So this is the 50%, 50%, 6 on 8 levels. It is right now trading the 6 on 8 level. That is good. It is extremely bearish. I just don't want to take the sell. The CE of the new week, I mean, sorry, weekly bullish gap is 29,150. So 29,150 is a good target. That can be a good target. 150 here. That could be a target. I just don't want to take the sell. Let me see if the YM is still bullish or not. Yeah, YM is bullish. This is the exact thing. I mean, like, I think I should start trading the YM rather than the NQ or ES. Like, if you guys remember, what did I say in YM? YM will start to go higher for this area, and NQ ES will start to fall. So YM will come here, ES ENQ will fall, and after that ES NQ will start to go higher, it will start to fall. So for example, if I am trading the YM and I'm seeing this market structure shift here after clearing some sell side liquidity here, market structure shift around that area, fair value gap, take the entry from this fair value gap. Target is this, target is this area. Okay, so something like this type of entry. Just to put the stop loss here, okay, and target is this area. This is really so awesome. NQ is much more difficult to trade. It doesn't listen to me anymore. At least in this August, it's not listening. Every week is tough for me to trade. Yeah, I'm not going to take the sell for sure. It's for sure. I will find some kind of buy, but I think I will wait until 10 a.m. before going for any kind of trade. So it has cleared some sort of sell side liquidity around that area. Some sort of sell side liquidity has been cleared, even though it didn't trade any sort of bullish PDR. I don't see any bullish PDR that has been traded except the lower quadrant of the regular trading or opening gap. Now, does it really would love to go higher or does it want to fall after clearing this high? That is the $1,000,000 question. Okay, if you find any trading opportunity, let me know that, guys. Did you see the new topic? Okay, I did your comment. Congratulations, Dora. I'm very proud of your achievement. If you guys don't give up, if you give up, you already wasted your time successfully. You have wasted your time. How many years you have wasted? Just ask yourself. How many money, how much money you have wasted? Just ask yourself. But if you don't give up, I think today or tomorrow you will end up with getting a lot of payout. Sometimes it's difficult. You have to just avoid those times, or maybe you'll blow some accounts around those times. But when those days are gone, you're good. You're good to go. Again, 29,360 valid market structure shift high. 29, yeah, it's a valid market swing high for shifting market structure. It was valid, but you never get the market structure shift. Hey Sinobi, good morning, brother. Just think about sell, okay? I will just not go for any sort of sell. Maybe I'll not be able to frame any buy as well because it seems like extremely sell bearish market, but I can't take the sell. That is the big problem for me. I don't see any sell side liquidity over there. There is a logic this market can fall for the C of the new week opening, I mean, sorry, weekly bullish gap, but that is illogical to me because if it really interested to go for that, why it would go higher at first and then it will fall. I really don't have any answer for that. So I'm not going to take any short of sell or not going to frame any short of sell. I'll think about the buy only. And I also thinking that to frame the trade after 10 a.m. Next 11th of September, I'm going to be 35 years old. One more year I have successfully wasted from my life. Next month, 11th, yeah, is 943 order block. Nine here around that area. I have no order block, brother. Order block means what is the meaning of order block? Fair value gap. What is the meaning of fair value gap? Fair value gap meanings imbalance, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, or sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. That is the meaning of fair value gap. What is the meaning of order block? Change in state of delivery. That is the meaning of order block. Okay. The block that is going to stop the order, or there is some kind of block that they are blocking the order. That is the order block. So if you look for an order block, it always need a support. Okay, order block is not something like it can simply be created like fair value gap. It doesn't need to depend on anyone. That's why fair value gap or FVG is the base of ICT concepts. Everything ICT explain it based on ICT concept. I mean the fair value gap. You will look for the quadrant level. It is connected with the fair value gap. You will look for the weak quadrant level. It is connected with the fair value gap or imbalances. Okay, fair value gap means imbalances. You look for the regular trading or opening gap that is connected with the fair value gap or imbalances. Order block connected with the imbalances because every single order block from whatever time frame you are looking for, like 15-minute order block, you'll go to your 1 minute chart or 2 minute chart, you'll find there is an FVG. So if you want a specific area, like there is think like this is an order block. Okay, so you want to see this order block to be traded and then market to go higher. Go to your 15-second chart or maybe 30-second, 15-second chart actually. 15-second or 10-second chart, you'll find a gap over there. In this candle, you'll find a gap. So that gap, specifically that gap is the area where the market will fall and then it will go higher. So this is why order block is going to be created through a fair value gap. If there is an imbalance, then you can use a change in state of delivery. Without that, it's nearly impossible for looking for any sort of change in state of delivery. If it make any sense to you, brother. So I don't see any order block over here. Not bearish, not bullish. No order block I see over here. Just a second, okay? I have to send her to my mother. Come on. Why you are moving? Okay. Waiting for opening range gap to fill the Asian low and then taken before looking for buy. Okay, Suzivan, you are also looking for a buy. That is good. Let's see. Okay, this is the low of the opening range gap, regular trading or opening gap. This is the sell side liquidity I have over here. Let's see if it can clear them and then can go higher or not. Okay, or maybe this will keep falling For the CE of the regular trading, I mean, sorry, for the CE of the weekly bullish fair value gap, this is the 50% of the weekly bullish fair value gap. It can fall for that, but I don't think so I'll be able to take any short of sales. The regular trading or opening gap is still 100%. Not even a single portion of this regular trading or opening gap is open. There is the sell side liquidity. So let's see. Honestly, this low to be taken as well, but not going to take any trade before 10 a.m. So I'll wait for the 10 a.m. to create, then I'll try to take some sort of trade. So you can see like one, two, three, four. 4 4-hour candle was bullish. One 4-hour candle has already covered the whole range over here. That is disgusting. Like how many 1-hour candle has been digested by this one candle only from this order block. That is really awesome. So this is the CE of the weekly bullish gap. Can it fall for this? From the 15-minute chart, I'm just going to mark this to gap all together from 15-minute chart. They're the last gap, last and entry gap, okay? 15-minute gap. So I'll watch them. Can it hold the market and send it higher? Or does it would love to go through this, fall for the C of the regular trading or opening gap? So all the sell side is already been cleared. This is the last PD array. It can stop the market, send it higher. My first thing looking is for this buy side, this relatively equal highs from 1-minute chart. Yeah, 6 more minutes I'll wait to before framing any trade. Market just open and keep falling. So I'm not interested to go for any short. Like whoever asked me about the order block, this is the area where you can start to think about an order block. I think it was Ali Jali. So this is the area where you can start to think about an order block. Change in state of delivery. Okay, now everything is going to be important. So I'm going to mark this gap because that's going to be important as well. I'm going to remove it. This is the last gap below the buy side. For example, this is for the sake of yesterday's examples. Yesterday I was not able to show you the sell because market didn't give you the entry. But today, look at this. If it close above this gap, nobody will close below the C of this gap. It will tap here and take the buy side liquidity. So this is the idea to take the buy, and stop loss will be below the candle that has built that has actually inverse this gap, and your target will be this buy side liquidity over here by putting a stop loss wherever you like. So just keep this in your mind, this last gap. This is one of the best example of the last fair value gap that I'm trying to explain you for nearly 3 years now. 29,225, 1 minute last gap. 29,225, 29,225. Here somewhere. We'll see it. You know what? Why I really trust this gap so far? I mean, so beautifully because this relatively equal highs is protected by this gap. So if this gap is broken, like one body is close above this gap, sometimes very rare, nothing is 100% in this market, but sometimes it can be the fake breakout and the market keep falling. But if this gap is broken, I have to take that risk because the last bearish PDR, that is the last bearish PDR. There is no order block, first of all. So I don't need to worry about any sort of order block. I don't need to worry about any kind of rejection block because rejection block can send the market to trade this gap so that it can take the buy side liquidity. So this is the last bearish PDR. So if this last bearish PDR is broken, the market is going to go for that next liquidity level. That's why I trust this so much. But it has the power to stop the market and send it lower again, 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 and again. It has that power. This is that gap. Okay, just 2 minutes left before 10 a.m. We'll see. Okay. So my first thinking is market will go higher, but if it keep falling, this is the like this gap is broken from 15-minute chart, which is the last bullish period from the 15-minute chart. Then this CE is gonna be the next target. I prefer this market to go higher, then I'll be able to frame some trade. If it keep falling, I'm just not interested to take any sort of sell. I'll hold until this not coming the C of the weekly bullish fair value gap. I'll hold myself, and then I'll think about some sort of buy from here. Just let me see if it has built any sort of sell side or not. No sell side is over there. Okay, so this is the last gap you are talking about. Yeah, you're right. That is the last gap. Watch carefully, okay? This swing high is a valid swing high for shifting market structure. Guys, don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel if any of you are new over here. I highly appreciate if you guys push the like button. No market structure shift. So here is two type of idea. If the body close above this gap, buys from this gap. If the body doesn't close above this gap, instead of just give me the market structure shift with a bullish gap, I have to trust that 22 buy model, ignoring by the last fair value gap. Otherwise, this last gap will hold the market, send it lower for the C of the regular trading. I mean, sorry, for the bullish fair value gap. So even though I got the market structure shift, there is no fair value gap. So this 22 buy model is not valid because there is no FVG. Yeah, there is just two gap. I marked them all together, Ali Jali. Like two gap, I just marked all together. This is the gap high, this is the lowest gap, and this is the highest gap. So I just marked both of these gap all together. So both of them are important. This one is the most important, but this has also the power to stop the market, send it higher. I have the market structure shift, but I don't have the FBZ. That means that market structure shift is not valid, Sharoda. Yeah, I see why your gap is thicker than me. Yeah, just mark both of them all together. I mean, it can come to the last gap. There is nothing wrong about that. Even it can come here as long as the body are not going to close below this last period. I don't think so. It will fall for this C. Otherwise, it has the power to stop the market, send it higher. But all I need to see this to be broken. Like if I'm bearish, I have already got the market structure shift here. If I were bearish, so for example, I'm not bearish at all, so it will fall. I'll let him fall. But think like in a day where I'm bearish, so I have seen that this high is taken. Market trade the last gap, gave me the market structure shift, fair value gap. I'm now interested to take a sell from here by putting the stop loss above this high, 48 handle, of course not here, and going to target this line. I'm not bearish, so I'm not going to take this sell. This candle is a valid order block. So those people who look for the order block, change in state of delivery. This is your change in state of delivery. So this is a valid buy as well. Like I don't need the market structure shift. I don't need anything. I can simply frame a trade from this order block. It is been going. It's if it is going to be created like here, stop loss just below this order block, maybe here around that area. Target this buy side liquidity. In between, I have to take some partial. Those who are interested about the order block. If the body close above that line, then it's going to be valid order block. And worst case of scenario, it will never give you the opportunity. Like this is very tough actually. Like when the market actually doesn't close above this order block and it started to go higher. This is bad luck. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to accept that bad luck. In that type of scenario, maybe this is going to close above this candle. This two candle is going to be the consecutive order block. If this candle close above this candle, so I have to enter from this candle rather than that candle. In other words, I have already got the market structure shift here, new market structure shift. Let's see if it can build a bullish fair value gap. That is a valid 22 buy model as well. What I was waiting for, all the sell side has been cleared. Market tapped to the 50-minute bullish gap, then gave me a 22 buy model. So both of them is valid. Like if I would love to take the buy from here, market structure shift, or I wanna take the buy without waiting for the 22 model. I can think about the buy from here as well. Both of this is valid. Target is this buy side, and more importantly the C of the regular trading or opening gap. So some of this level. Now here the stop loss is going to be 51 handle. Of course, I'm not allowed to do that. So what I really would love to do, put it below here, which is in my control, like 34 handle. It's in my control. I'm just going to mark every single opportunity. Okay, what type of entry I'm allowed to take from here. First, from the order block. Second, from the fair value gap. Third, if it closes above this last gap, just to the top of this last gap by believing nobody is going to close below the C of this gap. So this three entry opportunity is valid from here. I have to just choose which one I'm going to take. Okay, so for here, this is that bullish gap I'm going to mark now. It can simply tap to this bullish gap and then keep going higher. Watch it. I'm just not going to say that this is going to work, but this is an opportunity, right? After this big fall, then finally market gave you the opportunity. Yeah, this last gap is still holding the market, but I think this is going to be broken and this buy side will be a beautiful target over here. But if it is extremely bearish and market really would love to come over here, this setup is not going to work. So this is a probability. I'd love to work with this probability over here. I'm only interested to take a buy, and I have found a buy from a very logical level, which is the 50-minute bullish gap. Okay. So after coming here, taking liquidity, come back again, took this low, which is also internal liquidity has been cleared, respected the cordon level, gave me a beautiful 22 buy model, fair value gap, as well as I have this consecutive order block. So wherever I would love to take the buy, either from the top of this fair value gap or from the order block, I'm going to target this buy side liquidity at first, and then finally if it can fall, I mean, sorry, go until here. So this is a high probable buying opportunity to me. Now I have shown you this order block, right? This is two time frame order block. It is called two time frame order block. Now I'm going to show you one time frame order block. This order block, consecutive order block, comparing to this order block is much more stronger. That on, if the market, for example, it didn't respect and instead of that closed below this candle, wherever this candle has closed below that candle, then I'll just switch my order block level from here to here. Sometimes market do that as well. And I can see that last variable cap is actually holding the market. But I believe that this gap is now going to be broken. All I need to see one body to close above this last gap. What does that mean? That means the last bearish PDR is broken and market is free to fly for the resistance zone. So like one body will close above this. I am already got the confirmation market is going for this buy side liquidity. But eventually, if it hold the market, it has that power to hold the market, send it lower for the C. So if it is bearish market, then finally it is not going to work because the last cap hold the market and send it lower. So am I going to take this buy? 100% I should go for this buy. Why? Because I'm looking for the buy. But it doesn't mean that it is going to work and 100% is going to work. There is nothing called 100%. The setup is so beautiful over here. Like if you ask me about the setup, it is really so beautiful. So this is all the game of the probability. This is a high probable buying opportunity from here. Now I didn't put my stop. I wouldn't put my stop loss below this low or below that low. The reason is when this market has taken this low. See, this low has been taken over here. It doesn't need to come back again to take this low one more time. It doesn't need to do that. So while I can simply put it below this low, but sometimes we did the damage. So I can't do take that risk. So I prefer to put it below this candle. So one more candle, I'm taking more risk over here. One more candle. And then I wanna see this market to go higher and take this buy side liquidity. First thing I wanna see this gap to be broken. So still now nobody has closed above this gap. This is bit weird. I really would love to see a body close above this gap. If it happens, then I'll be confident that okay, so this last gap is not holding the market. Instead of that, market is actually going for this buy side liquidity here around that area. I'll just remove this order block. I'll mark reorder block. I think it is going to build a new order block. If I had the breakaway gap, that would be awesome. I could cover that breakaway gap. I don't have any breakaway gap, so I don't need to worry about the breakaway gap. All I need to worry about this gap. So I think this gap is going to hold the market and sending it higher. Now, even if it is going to break this gap, how far it can maximum fall? Low to high, 50%, 6 on 8 level. They are a very nice level for the market fall before going higher. So it came to the 6 on 8 level over here. Now it should start to go higher. If it is a bullish market, now it should start to go higher. I don't see any other logic for this market to fall. If it now keep falling, it means that it is more interested for this sell side liquidity because not even a single body has closed above this gap. This trade was an high probable buying opportunity for me. Maybe this market is a bearish market, so it didn't work. It's just a part of this game. In the meantime, I'll just keep watching. Does it really go for below these lows over here? Because if it doesn't go below this low, this is also a re-entry opportunity. I don't appreciate to take the re-entry opportunity because the last gap is holding the market. Instead of that, I will just watch how it is going to fall and come over here. For example, here, no more buy. I would love to take around that area. No more buy. Because the market, if it really wanted to go higher, it would go higher from this setup. The setup was absolutely good over here, but it didn't go higher from this setup. So I don't think so. This will go higher. Instead of that, now I'll start to think about sell. No more buy here anymore. I would love to think about a sell for this area. So I'll see this as a market structure shift, lower market structure shift, by switching my bias from bullish to bearish until this area, around that area. And would love to take a sell from this gap over here by covering this gap over here. So immediately I got stopped out here around that area, as it is an extremely bearish market. Would love to switch my bias from bullish to bearish and would love to go for a sell from here, I think here, and for the C, but in the meantime, just for the sake of this conversion, put it until there now. Just for the sake of this conversion until the last gap from 1 minute chart. I prefer to take the sell from now. So I'm going to see this market structure shift as a liquidity, and this is going to be the new lower market structure shift, fair value gap, last fair value gap from 1 minute chart, C of the uh, weekly bullish fair value gap. So from after taking this buy, it didn't work. Just simply switch my bias to take sell because it is actually bearish. In the meantime, would love to go for the 15-minute chart. Would love to mark the last gap. Still, it didn't come to this last gap, so I don't need to worry about them. I wanna see how it is going to work. This gap, I don't need that anymore. By the way, this is the breakaway gap. A very small breakaway gap, but that is still the breakaway gap. This is where I'm going to switch my bias from bullish to bearish because market, after clearing the lows, after trading the last bullish PDRA, after giving this beautiful 22 buy model, it should keep going higher. As it didn't go higher, instead of that, took that low. It means that it went higher to clear some liquidity. Now it is going to fall. Fall for what? Fall for this logical level. Again, like this is not a buy side liquidity, sorry, sell side liquidity, but still this is the C of the weekly bullish gap. So I prefer to take the sell rather than buy anymore from the bearish 22 YT model. Immediate reaction is something I need to see over here. Like within 5 candle, I have to get this entry over here within 5 candles. So if it doesn't give me the entry within five, okay, that should be the entry. So here I will take a loss of 34 handle after clear. I mean, after taking this 34 handle loss, I'll go for sell again here. No more buy is valid. Sometimes you see that I got stopped out. I keep looking for the buy. Those type of scenario, this scenario is different. So after taking this loss of 34 handle, I'm gonna take the sell from this bearish 22 model, and I'm gonna take some partial, like maybe 1:1, okay, 34 handle, something like that. Here, I'll try to take a partial around that area. I'll try to hold my trade until this area, and I'll try to take another partial to the top of this gap. This two candle is the consecutive bearish order block. If I would love to pyramid, I will add more over here. After closing below this, I'll try to add more over there if I'm interested for the pyramid trade. So far, they're the bearish order block, but I don't know if they will be there for forever or not, or market is going to build another bearish order block. The logic is it doesn't need to go higher anymore. Why? Because this last gap is holding the market and it's clearly saying that I'm falling. So this is a bearish market. After this big fall over here, it show me a bullishness around that area. So it was not a bullishness. It was just going to take the buy side liquidity over here. So some swing highs has been cleared over here, respected the last gap. Now it is going to be keep falling. How long? Until at least the C of this weekly bullish gap, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply take the sell here after getting this loss. We'll simply go for the sell and I'll keep trying to hold it until this C of this gap over here around that area. So now this is a new order block. If I would love to add more, I'll just add here from this consecutive order block, stop loss here by targeting this line. But I have to make sure that I have taken some partial to the top of this 1 minute last gap. There is no other last gap. There is no other bullish PDRA below this bullish PDRA. So like this 1 minute last gap and this 1 minute last gap are almost the same because it is holding the buy side liquidity. It is holding the most recent swing low. There is no other swing low below that low. So I have to make sure that I have taken some partial around that area. That is perfect. I mean, obvious. I have to take the partial over here. Or maybe like, yeah, like I have to take the partial. Otherwise, I was thinking that to put my stop loss to the break even, but it's always better to get the partial over here. After that, put the stop loss to the break even. So this loss is acceptable because I was bullish and I was seeing the last PDRA to be holding, it is holding the market. So I took the buy after seeing this beautiful 22 buy model. The buy model didn't work, it stopped me out over here. Again, this low doesn't need to be taken. It's an intermediate term low. So when this market fall and take this low, I'm just going to switch my bias and I'm going to take the sell from this gap. I would love to make sure that maximum portion of my trade is closed over here. That's going to mitigate my loss. 34 handle loss is going to be mitigated over here. 49, 50 handle, something like that. Put my stop loss to the break even. In the meantime, if it give me another opportunity to add here, I'll add here. And then I'll move my stop loss above this order block. I'm going to hold it until this C of this gap. Just I have to be bit careful because this is the last PDRA. It can stop the market and send it higher. Okay. In that type of scenario, maybe I'm not going to get a huge loss. So it will be like 6 handle, something like that. So it's good. Like you have to take that risk, something like that. So adding here and just holding the trade until that area. Even if you don't need this huge run over here, like maybe you can close it around 60 handle, around 50 handle, like 80 handle, just close it over there. You don't need to hold it until that area. It can be a lot of chaos over here. But to me, this is the safest area to close the trade. Safest area. Because this last gap can stop the market and sending it higher for this buy side again. Otherwise, if it is broken, I believe it will fall for this area. Okay. So if you are in this trade, make sure your stop loss is very tight. Okay. Either to the break even, or if you ask me, I prefer to put the stop loss above the order block, above just this order block. I prefer to put it above the order block. But make sure you have taken most of your partial here. This is the last bullish period. Now, for example, I'm in this trade. Okay. I'm going to add more over here by believing it is falling, coming for here. So here, I'm just going to add more around that area. This reaction, I'm seeing it as a sending market higher to trade this order block. I'm believing this is going to be bearish and coming over here, except the 15-minute chart. Okay, so from 15-minute chart, it is actually trading this 15-minute last fair value gap, the last bullish PDRA from the 15-minute chart. So it came until here to trade the 1 minute last bullish PDRA. I'm just gonna add here, going to put my stop loss to the break even. Wherever the break even is going to be, I'll put it at the break even. I'll hold it. For example, it stopped me out. Take this high again. I'm gonna get another bullish 22 YT model. I'll forget about sell anymore. I'm not interested to take any short of sell anymore. I'm gonna take the buy again. So after getting stopped out to the break even, taking partial, getting stopped out to the break even, again, I would love to look for buy again. Why? Because now the market is respecting so beautifully. Like here, see this reaction from this last gap around that area. It was reacting from there. Not even a single body has closed. This is the same thing is happening from this last parabolic gap from 1 minute chart, and more importantly to this 15-minute bullish gap. So this time, if the high, which is here, if it is shifted, I don't care, man. I'm gonna take the buy. I'll just simply take the buy if this high is going to be shifted. I'm not thinking it is going to take these highs like here and then going to happen like this. No. Here, if this high is shifted, this buy side is obvious. So after getting stopped out here, I'll take the entry here. Maybe I'll get stopped out to the break even. I prefer to put my stop loss here, actually, to be honest, above the order block. But for example, like I put my stop loss to the break even by adding more over here. I'll just wait for this high to be shifted and to take re-entry from this zone to until this buy side liquidity, believing that it's now not going to hold the market anymore. It's going to be broken with speed this time. We'll watch it later. Okay. Let's see if it give me that opportunity. Okay, so I have got my market structure shift. All I need an entry. So far I have this gap over here, which is actually the only gap right now I have around that area. Only gap. Okay. So all I'm going to do, I'm gonna put a limit order over here by putting my stop loss below this low. If I see there is another gap, I'm simply going to move my entry from here to here. Otherwise, if it come here within 5 candle, I'm just going to take this buy from this gap over here to this 22 buy model. So for example, if it fall, yeah, there, that's gonna be my entry, re-entry over there. Stop loss below this low. I don't need it. Okay, to be honest, I don't need it because that will be enough for being profitable. But I would love to go for this buy again for this buy side liquidity around that area, believing this 22 YT model again. Like it's scary, right? It came here and then rejecting from it's so much scary. But this is the logic behind the run because the last gap hold the market, the 15-minute bullish gap holding the market. So I would love to see this market to go higher again. Keep watching. This time, target will be this buy side liquidity here, over here. Keep watching. Of course, now I'm in the break even. After taking this loss, I'm in the break even. So what I'll do, I'll just follow my rules over here so beautifully. What is the rules? 32 handle is going to be my first partial. Okay. So think like that way. That's going to be my partial here. I don't need it, but I'll just take a partial here. Then I will try to take a partial here to this gap. These two partial is cleared. Now I'm free to go for this buy side liquidity. Just I have to make sure these two line has I have taken some partial in these two line. Okay, that should be the second partial. Watch it. Second partial. So that should be the first partial here. 1:1 partial. This low should be the second partial over here. And finally, I'll hold the trade for this area. Keep watching. Now, like after this loss, which is 34 handle loss, right? 34 handle loss, I already got 50 handle. I've already got 34 handle, already got 34 handle. So this loss is mitigated here. I'm now in profit. Okay. I'm now in profit. We'll try to catch another partial to this breakaway gap, to this old bearish 22 YT model. So, like if the market really would love to fall, it can fall after trading the breakaway gap. So I have to make sure I've taken a partial over here. If this breakaway gap is broken and come back again to this last gap, now I'm relaxed. Why? Because I'm now going to get my boom toward that buy side liquidity around that area. So this buy, this sell, and now this buy. What is the difference? So what is the confluences here? Last gap, last gap, last gap. That is the confluences. 22 buy model, 22 sell model, 22 buy model. This is called good price action. Yesterday, we are not going to see this price action. So got my second partial, 49 handle. Okay. Now I'll just be relaxed, put my stop loss, target here by putting my stop loss to the break even. I don't care now. Nothing I care. Is this market coming here? Good. It is not coming here? Good. Both of this area, I'm safe. I don't need to worry about that. Anytime it will touch this last gap, watch the magic. If it touch this last gap, watch the magic. How it is going to take this buy side liquidity. Now here, how I'm going to do that? Whenever it is going to close above this candle, it's not a good candle as an order block, to be honest, because it has a very long wick, small body. So I'm not interested to add here. But if when it is going to close above this last gap, I'm going to add over there for this buy side liquidity. because my entry is here. I have taken already maximum portion of my partial here. So I have a small portion left in my hand. I'm gonna make it bigger again. And then I'll go for partial here again. I'll go for partial again here. And then I'll keep holding my trade for this last fair value gap over here. While this market will come to this last gap, I'm done for trading today. So my trade will be done when the market will come to this 1 minute last fair value gap. So here, just watch the magic. If it come touch this last gap, it will keep rejecting to go over here because this is still trading the 22 bearish model breakaway gap over here. It can be broken, the breakaway gap can be broken, but if it touch this last line, then the magic will start to happen. Within 1 to 3 candle, this gap will be broken hardly. The best is to be broken by 1 candle. Sometimes 2 or 3 candles is also acceptable. Whenever it is going to touch this gap, and what is the what when it is going to happen? 10:30. Watch the time as well. By the way, it's more than enough for being a boom over here. Yeah, I know that the first trade didn't work. Did I gamble here? No. I just did the same thing over here. Like market came to the 50-minute bullish gap, gave me the market structure shift, buy side liquidity. My interest was to take that buy side liquidity over here. Now I didn't get this trade. Okay, no problem. I will simply switch my bias for fall. And I know that this is the most dangerous line. If this is broken, I'm safe for this line over here. Again, same thing here, this is the most dangerous line. So if after clearing some partial over here, now my stop loss is at the it should be at the break even. Okay, I didn't put it at the break even just to later move it just a bit. Okay, so it should be at the break even. Cleared maximum portion of my partial over here. Now I'm going to be relaxed because I know if it is, I mean, not broken. Okay, it if it is come here, this is gonna be the next target. I don't need to worry about that anymore. Otherwise, this old bearish model breakaway gap hold the market, sending it lower. I'll just simply get stopped out to the break even because I'm not in risk anymore. I'm in profit now. After this loss, I'm already in profit over here. So now I'm trying my luck, hold my trade for this long runner. Otherwise, if you close your trade here, like simply you just closed your trade over there. After getting some partial here, you just simply closed your trade over here. Are you profitable? Because your loss has already been mitigated over here by 49 handle. Your loss was for 34 handle. Your loss has been already been mitigated around that area. Now you are in profit. Whatever you are doing here, you are getting profit over there. Now, to be honest, I really don't like this candle as an order block. Otherwise, I would sell to add more over here to this order block. It's not a good order block. And this is how the market should work. The PDRA needs to be respected. Like if you watch yesterday's price action, today's price action here, okay, here, doesn't it seems like consolidation? Just ask yourself, doesn't it look like consolidation? It's taking this high, taking this low, taking this high, maybe it's going to fall and take this low. Doesn't it look like consolidation? 100% it looks like consolidation. But today's market, the PDRs are respecting. This is the difference between a bad price action and a good price action. This is a good price action because the PDRs are respecting. Look over here. It didn't violate the last fair value gap. It means that I'm allowed to take a sell. But if it was violated, I was not allowed to take the sell from here anymore. No, no sell is valid. Yeah, maybe I need to wait for this buy. But I couldn't take the sell here. Why? Because the last PDR is broken. So I know that eventually the market will go higher and take this buy side liquidity. But look at the reaction. Not even a single body has closed above this last gap. So it is respecting. It means go for a sell. How long? Until the last period. I don't know who actually remind me about this last. I think it was Vin. Whoever is okay. Because of him, I just marked the 1 minute last gap. There is no other bullish PDRA below this gap. No other bullish PDRA. So it has an possibility to come until here, and more importantly, the 15-minute candle is going to actually respected by 15-minute last fair value gap, last bullish period, last 15-minute candle. Watch, see the magic over here. Why did it came here? Because that is the 1 minute last fair value gap. That's I'm trying to show you for like 3 years. If it was broken, for example, one body has closed below this gap, or maybe two, three body close. I'm not allowed to take the buy from here anymore. This buy, I have to let them go. Why? Because it's broken. So I know that it is actually going higher a bit, then it will fall again for this C. But when it is respecting, what does it mean? I'm getting confidence. This is not going to fall. It is going to go higher. And at least it will come to this breakaway gap. So when it will come here, my stop loss is at the break even. I am just now waiting if it can touch this last gap anymore. If it touch it, I know within 1 to 3 candle, it's going to be broken. And when it is going to be broken, man, this buy side is like bread and butter. Any of you got the entry, guys? Or does it make any sense? The way I explain you the price action, does it make any sense to you? 29,225 last 1 minute fair value gap. 29,225. Yeah, absolutely, Sharada. And Vin. I think it was Vin who actually showed me this 1 minute last gap. Thank you so much, brother, for showing me this last gap. There is another 15-minute bullish gap below this. Okay, I think I read your comment, guys. Why I'm not getting any updated comment? Okay, let me see how many likes did I get. 70 people are watching, 32 likes. Can you guys please push the like button a bit? Looks like a legit buy, my MMBM. Okay, I am really bad at market maker buy or sell model, X model. I'm really bad at that, so I don't look the market like that way. Really trading one or two mini contract, I seized down a lot with this market, but it is a good price action. By the way, guys, please push the like button. It is indeed a good price action. I'm just explaining you why it is a good price action. I'm trying to explain it to you, okay? So this is yesterday's price action. Look over here. Just watch this price action. This there was no bearish or bullish period I was respecting. For example, I got the market structure shift, fair value gap. Okay, it is respecting market went higher, then go higher again, then fall again. Like it was not a good price action over here. But look at this price action. How beautiful and uh, cute price action is over here. I have Okay, you're seeing this, right? So you're not afraid of that. Why? Because you know that if this market is bearish, this is the last gap, breakaway gap of this bearish 22 YT model. So it has a probability to come until here and then fall again for this C. So what I have to do? I have to just wait for this market to fall and to close below the consecutive order block, all of this 1, 2, 3, 4 candle to take re-entry from this consecutive candle. If it actually fall from there, that means it has 0% possibility to come here and to go below this low. 0% possibility. It can't come over here to this gap and go below this candle because this is the change in state of delivery. If it come here, it means that go for sell again. For what? For this line again. You're not worrying about this. Why? Why? Because look, not even a single candle came to this last gap. That's a sign I'm going to fall. And it has confirmed that by taking this low. That is confirmed. I'm going to fall. Something like that. Okay, I'm actually not getting any comments, so let's see. Mm. To me, what should it do now? Keep going higher. It should not fall. To me, okay? If it fall, it means that this line should be the target. I mean, now this is the sell. I'm not going to go for any other trade. Oh man, excuse me. I will not frame any other trade. I think at least before 11 a.m. But I don't want to see this market to fall anymore. It should start to go higher now. Like this low should be protected. This low, this line should be protected. If this line is taken, it means that line is the sign to take sell again from that area. Why everyone is so quiet today? Everyone is so quiet. Are you guys in a trade? Why you are so quiet? If it wanted to fall, okay, if for example, if it really wanted to fall, if it really wants to fall, it should not touch this gap. and now it didn't touch it. So that's why I'm not going to give you the confidence, oh man, it will never fall. I can't say that. But if I saw one candle has touched this gap one more time, I could give you the guarantee that you're not going to see the fall anymore. Okay. So I have to wait a bit more over here just to get the confirmation. Does it going to take this low, or does it going to take trade this gap? So which one is going to happen at first? If this low is taken at first, it's a selling opportunity, resell. If it come here at first, this is the line that is going to be taken. So these two type of scenario. I'm telling you at the beginning. So it doesn't mean that I'm framing another trade here. There is no other trade opportunity here. You should be enter over there. If you didn't enter, now you have no other opportunity to re-enter because you have already missed the opportunity to take the partial over here, right? So you can't take re-entry. You have to hold the trade. Just keep watching. Just merged with the chart, everyone. Did you? Okay. Hey Raman, how are you, brother? I'm buying one more account. Tell me which is better after blow up one of Lucid account 50K. Man, it's a part of the game. Like if you blow one account or two account, unfortunately, this is the part of this game. I mean, you have to accept that, and then you have to go for another account. But I always preferred if you blow the account, immediately don't buy the account. At least take one day off because after blowing the account, if you go for immediate buying, you will blow that account too. So it's always better to take at least one day off and then go for another account or at least one day off. Okay. So something like that. So as you were saying that you have blown an account, I prefer not to buy another account today. Wait for at least one day. Time distortion for 11 a.m. Engineering the buy side liquidity. Now you are risk free. Okay, guys. By the way, is there anyone who is in this trade? I'm fine. That's cool, Roman. Is there anyone who is in this trade? Let me know, guys. Let me know to the comment box. Is there anyone, not even a single person in this trade yet holding the trade? Now, if you didn't take the partial, you have already done the biggest mistake in your life. But I believe that it will hit the buy side, but still. Okay, so Leon, you are in this trade. That's cool, man. Yes, blow account 4 days back. Okay, now you're good. Planning to buy on Monday. That is also good, brother. Yeah, if you take a break, then absolutely it's good. Let me know which one is good. Shall I go for Lucid again? It's up to you, brother. Which one you feel better? If you feel better with Lucid, you can go for that. If you feel better with Apex, you can go for that. Top Step, go for it. Take Profitator, go for it. My Funded Futures, go for it. Tradify, go for it. Then, like what else? Like which one you prefer? You feel better. You feel okay, comfortable. Like Lucid, I love Lucid because there is no rules. That is the most important thing of trading. Like simply there is no rules. There is no hassle of payout. That's like the Lucid. Otherwise, like Apex has the offer right now, right? Like it's so cheap. The Apex offer is so cheap right now. 50K account just for $49, no activation fees. 100K account, $59, no activation fees. 90% off all standard eval account. But in this type of scenario, you have to pay $59 activation fees in any kind of account. Use the code T2T, by the way, guys. So this is also so cheap right now. Which one you like? Leon, best of luck, brother. I hope you have taken some partial. Let me see how this market is trading this candle body. Not a good sign. Market has closed below the body of this candle. If another body close below this line, it's gonna be disaster. So one candle close is acceptable. Another body close is disaster. So I prefer the stop loss to the break even. Still keep it. This is the last line. Okay. If it break this line one more time, I think market will come here. If it failed to break this line, market will take this line. Not guaranteed, but I think this is how it is going to happen. So let's see if it can fail to break this line. So if I were you, my stop loss would be already below this candle, because I know if it fall and close one more time below this line, it will simply fall and take this low. At least it will go for this low. So I don't appreciate to hold the trade anymore to the break even. My stop loss should be below this low. And if you didn't take the partial, this is your opportunity to take the partial. Okay, 50 handle partial. Take the partial, Leon. It's a request, brother. So who else is in this trade except Leon? Intraday rule is not good at all. End of the day for life. Yeah, of course you can go for it, brother. There is like a trend line holding the price down. No highs taken. Let's see. Finally, it broke. Broke it now. Okay, that's good. There is not even a single other person except Leon in this trade. Look at this gap. I want to see this gap to be unfilled. This market should not fill this gap 100%. Watch it. When this candle is going to close, this gap should not be filled 100%. One tick should be open. Even if it fall, trade this gap, one tick needs to be open by the next 4 to 5 candle. Previously, I would keep saying that 3 to 4 candle. Now I will start to say 4 to 5 candle, because I have seen that by the fifth number candle, it fill 100%. So I don't want to say within 5 candle, market is going to fill this gap. It can't fill this gap by the next 5 candle. If it fill it, still I will wait for this unfilled gap. It can trade this gap. There is nothing wrong, but can't fill the gap 100%. That is the thing. It is a sign that I'm bullish. It is a sign that I don't have the time to fall. I have to go for some unfinished business above me. Okay, so above me, what do we have? Buy side. So I need to go for this buy side before falling. So for example, my stop loss was here. Now my stop loss is below this candle. Around that area, it should be below this candle. That should be my stop loss now. I'll just keep counting the candles. Okay, one, two, 3, 4, 5. By the next 5 candle, it can't be closed 100%. If it doesn't close by the next 5 candle, after the 6th candle, it will come. Okay, I'll explain that later. Watch it right now. It came here, right, to this last gap. Now keep watching. By the next 1 to 3 candle, it has to break this last fair value gap. If it really would love to go higher and go for this buy side, by the next 1 to 3 candle, keep watching. So this is the first candle, okay? Watch it. The best is it is going to be broken by one candle. That is the best. I mean, if it happens, it's a very rare thing, okay? But 1, 2, 3 candle, consecutive bull candle, or maybe one candle will be bear. It is also possible. It has to break that last gap. That is the nature of the last gap. Because if it is not broken by the 1, 2, 3 candle, it has a possibility to fall again from this last gap. It is not acceptable. Keep watching. Next 3 candle, watch it. That is the sign of the bullishness. Okay, this is the first candle. Keep watching. After entering into the last fair value gap, I really don't want to see any kind of bear candle here. It should be only bull candle. Okay, so it's 47, right? So next 3 candle is going to be 49 candle. Okay, I think if it is not in time distortion, I'll get the run. If it is time distortion, then of course not going to get the run. But according to the logic, now it should break this last gap with speed, like boom, something like that. I'm also watching this gap by counting the candle. One, two, three, four, five. The five candle can't close this gap 100%. I need speed here. No, this type of reaction. It's not good at all. Top rejection, low rejection is not good at all. Come on. Most of the time it breaks that last gap whenever it come with speed within 1 to 3 candle. But today why it is not closing? It should be closed with speed. That is the third candle. It should be broken already. Just because of time, like 1 more minute it is going to take, because 10:50 candle is going to happen by the next candle. It is also possible. But most of the time 1 to 3 candle, it is already broken. Don't make me wrong. Come on. Don't make me wrong. I think today is not following the order. I mean, within 3 candle it should be broken, but already the 3 candle is done. So is it going to take one, two more candle or not? I really do. I'm confused. It should be broken right now, okay? I mean, it has already confirmed that I'm going to go for the buy side liquidity. So I don't need to worry about the market to fall again and to come over here. It's nearly impossible. So I'm already got the confirmation market is going for this buy side liquidity whenever it came here to this old last fair value gap. So this rejection sent the market lower to this gap. Now it should be broken and go for this buy side liquidity. I'm just a bit confused why it's taking too long. It should not take too much time. I think it's because of the time. Every single candle I'm seeing and I'm thinking about a big candle, big bull candle, something like that. Can you explain 950 to 1010 macro today? Right now, there is time on it. I forgot about that, brother. It's been a long time. I don't trade them. It's been a long time, like nearly 3 years, 2 years actually. I forgot about them. I have to rewatch those videos. How did I do that? Like in that time, I just remember that out of 8, there was maybe 7 wins or something like that. I forgot about that at all. That gap on the top on new day opening gap, maybe okay, there is also new day opening gap. I didn't know that. It's not a good sign. Uh, However, guys, actually what happens when it come here, I want to see this type of candle. See this candle, like it if it close here and then one candle close here, speed candle. I love to see this type of candle, and I used to see this type of big candle. I just don't know why it takes too much time. After coming here, it is taking too much time. I really don't know why it is doing that. Maybe there is a new week opening gap or new day opening gap or maybe something like that, or maybe it is actually the time, because I never focus on the time, but this time I'm seeing that it is happening because of the time, maybe. I don't know. But actually, I love to see this type of bull candle, like a speedy candle, like this type of candle. I want to see this type of candle here. That's just simply saying me, I don't give a shit about you last fair value gap. I'm just going to be get broken toward that buy side liquidity. Okay. So it's taking a bit more time, but eventually I believe that I'll be able to show you the speed through that last gap. So it was a bit fall here, unfortunately, taking a bit more time. As usual, morning session is still difficult, right? Good thing is today's PDR is respecting. That is the good thing. Bad thing is still it is consolidating. That is the bad thing. Okay. So took that sell side liquidity, has built that sell side liquidity, took that sell side liquidity. Let's see what is going to happen. The worst case of scenario, market is actually waiting for 11 a.m. That is the worst case of scenario. That market is seriously waiting for 11 a.m. If it happens, then I don't see any logic behind to hold this trade anymore. I mean, simply close the trade. Okay. So took that sell side liquidity. What else do you have here? Nothing. You build the sell side, internal sell side, took that internal sell side. Re-entry here is highly restricted. You can't take re-entry. Just remember that. If you are already in this trade, you're good. But if you want to take re-entry, there is only one way to take the re-entry, and that is when the market will close above this last gap, you are allowed to take a buy from there until this buy side liquidity and more if it can come here. Okay, this is just a pure luck if it come over here, but at least for this buy side liquidity, this is the only way for this market to take re-entry over here. Otherwise, no other entry is valid from this area. Not even a single trade is valid from this area. Even though you know it is going higher, but you are not allowed to take re-entry. Just remember that. Fine. I found the order block. So let's see what is going to happen. Okay. Now the stop loss should be there. A bit lower. Okay. Just a bit lower here. That should be the stop loss now. This candle should protect it, should get protected. The price should be protected by this down close body close candle because it has internal liquidity that has been cleared and trade this gap. So this bullish order block should get protected. In other words, it is called the internal 22 YT model. So inside this 22 buy model, it has built another 22 buy model. Fall, take the liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap, lowest down close body close candle order block, trade the order block, market is going for the buy side liquidity. It is called the internal setup inside a 22 IT model, inside another 22 IT model. So see this candle is speed, that candle is speed, this candle should be bullish as well and go close above this last gap. I really would love to see this type of candles around that area, not some kind of bear candle while it is trading the last gap. Just 1 to 3 consecutive bull candle. This should be a bull candle and that should close above this gap. Otherwise, I'm doomed. A very bad sign. Why you are going to respect the last gap again? Guys, it is there is just one more possibility I'm seeing here. Just maybe it is waiting for 11 a.m. Okay, just because of that is this time distortion is happening. Otherwise, I really don't see any logic over here for this market to get holded by the last fair value gap. It should get broken with speed. I don't know. Just because of that 11 a.m. maybe it is holding. Sell? Oh no, it's not in my mind. Sell is no. There is no sell. Sell is absolutely forbidden right now. I mean, I don't think so that this market will fall again before clearing that relatively equal highs. I don't think so. Even though it's taking a bit time, maybe this is the time distortion. So don't think about selling and don't put your stop loss to the break even. I know that I trail my stop loss and later I sell a lot of things, but this area, if you don't put your stop loss below the order block, you can put it below the C of this gap, which is highly risky. Don't do that. Simply put the below this order block. That should be your stop loss. So you have to make sure that your you have covered some profit. So 34 handle you have already covered. Remember our first loss was 34 handle. That was a 34 handle loss. So you have to cover that 34 handle. And here the market has is giving you 77 handles so far. I'm trying to read the market so that you guys can understand it in a nice way. You will say this buy didn't work, but the logic you remember, the gap, everything absolutely the same. So if I doubt it, I have to doubt this, I have to doubt this, I have to doubt this, I have to doubt everything. So I don't doubt it. I love to take it as long as my stop loss is under my control. So now the body has closed. Look at this. The body has closed above this gap. I'm gonna re-entry over here. Stop loss below this candle, just below that candle, because this and this these two candle has broken this last fair value gap. Not even a single candle, I mean, sorry, the body should not close below the CE before clearing this buy side liquidity. Watch it. If you had a gap here below this gap, if you had a gap, okay, while the market was breaking this gap, you had to cover that gap. Unfortunately you don't have any gap, right? You have a gap inside this gap. I don't care about that gap. I mean, I care about that gap, but like your stop loss has already covered that gap. But if you had any gap over here below the gap, you had to cover that gap. This is the only re-entry opportunity. All of this area you should not re-enter. You can add, like you can pyramid the trade, but you can't re-enter. It's forbidden as long as it is not going to be taken. I know, like here, 22 handle risk for 34. Okay, so because our loss was 34 handle. 34 handle 50 cent. So let's see if it hit the target. Not even a single body should close below the C of this gap. If one body close below the C, that's gonna be a beautiful bullish order block. And this stop loss, where should be? Here now, below this low. That should be the stop loss of this entry for that entry. Why? Because this is now the protected low. This low is now protected. If this low is going to be shifted, market is going to go for this obvious sell side liquidity here. Watch it. Rejection block. What has it job? Can hold the market for a bit so that it can trade any sort of bullish PDRA. For example, it is holding the market to trade this bullish PDRA, acceptable. No problem. I am gonna accept it. I don't have any problem with that, but not for the reversal. This thing I explained to you yesterday, but unfortunately, I was not able to show you the example. So I'd love to show you the example, live example today. Am I afraid? No way, man. No way. The reason is stop loss 22 handle, man. I don't care. No, I don't know it will hit 34 handle or not, but I know this line will be taken. Okay. So I'm just trying to put it over there because I'm believing it will come until there. So if you are in this state, for example, you will take a partial exactly to this line or maybe one tick, two tick above this line, and then you will hold your trade until here or maybe until this last gap because this is my last line to think this market will come. After that, a lot of consolidation will happen again after that. Okay. So the rejection block is broken. Now the rejection block is going to work as a support. That is the logic behind the market. Today's price action, yesterday's price action is almost same. But the difference is look at the reaction of the PDRS, how it is respecting. Wanted to see this unfilled. Why? After trading the order block, that is not a good order block. I agree with you guys. Okay, all of you, I agree with that. It is not a good order block, but still that is the order block that has been traded here one two time and trade the mean threshold of this order block. This is the mean threshold of this order block of the body. Okay, just the body hit. That should be the partial. As I told you, I don't know it will hit it or not, but that line need to be hit. Okay, and you got the boom. So your first trade is a losing trade, which is 34 handle, and your last trade is also 34 handle. Just close the trade over here. This after this trade, you took just that trade. Your loss is mitigated. You are at the break even. But if you took this trade, if you took that trade, like that trade 50 handle, that trade 110 handle, that trade 34 handle, what you are afraid of? Now it will fall now. I don't know. It can fall, okay, because that buy side was more important to me. And if you go to this 15-minute chart, here is a 15-minute bearish gap. See this bearish gap over here? So it can get respected from this 15-minute bearish gap, and now it started to fall for this line. I don't know. I simply don't know that. But until here, boom, write down the boom for me. Again, what else you can do? You can just take the partial over here, put your stop loss to the break even. It is possible. Okay. If you want to do that, you can do that. But I really don't know it will keep going higher or not. I really would love to see this market to come at least to this line, which is over here, at least to this line. I highly appreciate for this market to come over here, but as still it has tapped to the 50-minute cap, and finally if it is broken, maybe market will come to this last cap. That is another line for the market, but at least I prefer this market to come to this 50% of the regular trading or opening cap. I just don't know it will happen or not. Now guys, please write down boom for me. Okay, hey, my question, bro, what is your question? Brother, what's your win rate? Okay, I have already talked about this a lot of time. Okay, win rate doesn't matter. If you are a trader, win rate actually doesn't matter. I look for the. Okay. I look for my maximum loss, how much I'm losing. Okay. So for example, I will take this entry and it's a loss. Then I will take this entry, maybe it's a break even. Then I will take that entry and it's a huge profit. So my win rate will be 50%, but my profit will be like 34 handle loss for 110 handle profit, something like that. So just if it is a break even, I'm just going to explain it like that way. It is a break even. So if it is a break even and this profit is going to be like more than double, it's almost 3 times rather than my win. So I look for the win and loss, brother, not the win rate. Thank you, Danchio, for writing boom. Jamil for writing boom. Boom for you, brother. I took a small scalp in my funded account, made $130. It is also good, brother. Trading in the zone. Thanks for writing boom. Leon, I'm still in, brother. Okay, now you can hold the trade as long as you want, but I'm trying to show you the most logical level this market should go and the way it should go over here. I was just wrong over here because after coming to this last gap, I was really interested to see this type of big bull candle, but it didn't happen. I think it's because of the 11 a.m. So market was actually waiting for the 11 a.m. just because of that, because I didn't actually study this if the time matters or not. But all I know, if this last gap is traded next time after rejecting from this last gap, it has to be broken until the last gap. And I'm gonna believe this buy over here, which I'm going to explain you for last 3 years. I missed the buy here. I missed the buy here. I am going to take the buy from there. Yeah, the range is very small, like like 30 handle, 30, 31 handle, 2 handle, something like that. But it's still, like not bad. Okay, not bad. Sharada, thanks for writing. Boon, Bit Mark. Hey, brother, how are you? Boom for the best teacher. Thank you so much, brother. Not the best teacher, by the way. I'm just learning like you, brother. Hey, Leon, thanks for the boom, brother. Very nice day. That's cool, Ali Jali. Boom after some bad entries. Hey, Spoon, welcome back, brother. Ali Jali, I got sell in and buy both. So you took sell and buy. Congratulations, brother, for both of your boom, Ali Jali. Uh, Raman, thanks for writing. Boom, brother. The wizard strikes again. Congratulations. Thank you so much, brother. So much. Thank you so much. Okay. So all of you. Now it's time to clear your brain to think about the price right now. What is going to happen next? Okay. So first thing you will do, you'll go to your higher time frame and you will see what is happening from this higher time frame. So I can see it is trading this bearish gap from 15-minute chart after this big fall. Okay, this big fall, market has built the sell side liquidity this low and that low. Now I have the sell side liquidity. Previously, I didn't have the sell side liquidity, but now I have the sell side liquidity, right? If any of you are confused how to mark the sell side liquidity, right? This low and that low, how much should be the gap in between the lows? How much should be the gap? All you have to do, you have to mark from body to wick and then extend it to your right side. If you see this candle or this low, trade this zone, that gap or the body, I mean the wick. This is called the zone, liquidity zone. This is the sell side liquidity zone. Okay, it's not something like it's a sell side. It's not the sell side liquidity one line. It's a zone. So now I have the sell side liquidity over here around that area, and now market is trading this gap. I'm more interested to see. Remember the logic I gave you yesterday? Mark buy side, sell side. Go for quadrant level. This is the deep premium. It can't trade this premium. I'm not bullish anymore. I'm not bearish. I'm not bullish anymore because market is, I mean, market is near to the sell side liquidity that has been created. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna see how much the retracement can happen. 6 on 8. Okay, this low, sorry, not that low. This low, that high, not this high. If you look for this high, you are going to get it wrong. This high is not valid. This is the real high. High, low, 50%, 6 on 8 level. So I'm gonna expect this market is going to trade any of these two line. Then it will start to fall again for this sell side liquidity and finally for this line. If I see this market sorry, tap to the upper quadrant, which is over here. I'm not bullish, I'm bearish anymore. I'm now bullish again. For what? For this buy side liquidity around that area. And finally, I'll look for this buy side liquidity, that buy side liquidity, all of them. I'll start to look for them again. Okay. Now I'm only bearish. So any short of selling opportunity right now is my high probable selling opportunity. Why it is it hanged? Okay. Good. So for example, this is that 6 on 50%, 6 on 8 level. After coming here to 50% or 6 on 8 level, or without going over there. Best is to go over there, but without going over there. If I see a bearish 22 YT model, I'm gonna simply take that sell. I don't think so. It is going to happen. I wanna see this market to trade at least to the 50% of regular trading or opening gap, which is aligned with the 50% of the dealing range. So after coming here, maximum it can come over here. Okay, there is nothing wrong, it can come over there, but I don't want to see it to touch the deep premium area. So wherever the deep premium area, uh, come here, there is a bearish model. I'm gonna take the sell from there. My target is now this sell side liquidity over here. that sell side liquidity has been created over here. That is small sell side liquidity, a beautiful support zone. That's gonna be my target. So after all of this sell, buy, I'm now interested to look for sell. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this market is bullish. How long I'm going to hold? Until it's not going to the premium area. When while it will go to the premium, deep premium, I'll start to look for this buy sell liquidity around that area. I'm not bearish anymore. I'll look for the buy again from there. As long as it's not going over there, any sort of selling opportunity is now my high probable selling opportunity. Does it make any sense, guys? This is the thing I tried yesterday to explain actually. So all of these things fortunately happened today, and I gave you a live example. If you see the, I mean, how do you know that it's a good price action, not the bad price action? Just by seeing how the PDRs are respecting. If you see the PDRs are respecting, you don't need to worry about taking entries because you know they're going to be worked. I mean, they will work out. But if the PDRs doesn't respect, it's a kind of seek and destroy consolidation. Otherwise, it seems like consolidation as well, right? A lot of consolidation. But this consolidation doesn't mean anything to me because the PDRs are respecting. All the PDRs, they're respecting in a very nice way, in a very specific way, in a very strict way. How many likes did I get? Okay, 73 people are watching, 43 likes. Can you guys push the like button so that I can frame another trade? So please make some more likes. Okay, make it 50 likes. Boom, 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 boom. I got sell and buy both. I read your comment. Thank you. The way you explain, really great. Thank you so much, Srijit, for that comment, brother. Let's go all the way to 533 relatively equal highs. Maybe it will go over there. Okay, guys, can you please push the like button and make it 50 likes? I hope it will go for this buy side liquidity. But remember, I'm not bearish. I'm bullish anymore. I'm now bearish only. Just bearish. I'm not bullish anymore. My buy run is done. I was immediately, I mean, at the beginning, I was bullish. But when all the bullish period is broken and market came to the last fair value, build the sell side liquidity. I'm not bullish anymore. For this buy side liquidity, that buy side, no, I'm not bullish anymore. I'm now bearish only. So just the sell is valid to me. But I highly appreciate if it can reach over here, then make the sell setup. Otherwise, up to, for example, if this low is shifted, I have there is a gap, bearish gap, I have to look for sell now. No more buy is valid to me. So I'll go look for that selling opportunity now. Even you don't need to take any other trade, okay? To be honest, you don't need to take any other trade. What else do you need? You got like 50 handle here, 50 handle here. After taking 34 handle loss, you got 50 handle, you got 110 handle, you got 34 handle. What else do you need? I don't think so. You need more trade in a very specific session. You can go for it, but I think you don't need it. Okay. Okay, 47 likes. I just need three more likes. Can you guys please push the like button? Remember, if this low is going to be shifted, that's a selling opportunity for me with a bearish gap. I have to look for that sell. I'm bound to look for that sell. If there is a gap, if there is no gap, there is no sell, by the way. For example, let me, okay, there's no gap. So I don't need to worry about the sell at all. My head is burning now. There is no gap. So there is no model. Can I use any type of order block? Because you talked about the order block here. No, no order block is valid here. Why? Because this is not the change in state of delivery. If you can understand that, it's already a bearish market. So here, this is already a bearish market. So this bearish market, this gap doesn't have any uh, change in state of delivery. But while it came to this area, which is the last gap, after a long period of time, I can start to look for a bullish order block from here, but immediately retracement doesn't build any sort of bearish order block from the 1 minute chart. So two time frame order block doesn't work if it is an immediate retracement leg. But after long period of time it come here, I can start to look for a bullish order block from that area. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Most of the time it works so beautifully. For example, if you watch it here around that area, okay. So in today's market, so this is the lowest down close body close candle. It never tapped to this order block, unfortunately. So yeah, it never tapped to this order block. So unfortunately, the order block entry was not valid over here. Oh man, my head. How many likes did I get? 48 likes. Can you guys please push two more likes? 50 likes, please make it 50 likes before I close my stream. I'm just going to die because of my headache. I would love to close the stream now. If I force myself to read the market in a deep way, the headache start automatically. This fall is not valid to take the sell because there is no gap. If there was a gap, I could take the sell. I'm not bullish anymore. I'm not interested to take the buy anymore. I'm only interested to take the sell. But unfortunately, I don't see any sort of gap over here. So I'm not allowed to take the sell. I have to let this market to fall or to go higher again so that it can give me a selling opportunity. Okay, I got the 50 likes. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here. I would love to close the stream for today. Like really headache. So yeah, we'll see you on Monday. If you have any question, let me know. Otherwise, I really would love to close the stream for today. And be safe. Don't force yourself to go for a trade. Sometimes just to read the market, okay? Without taking the trade, just to read the market. It will increase your confidence. It will give you more confidence to be a profitable trader and to be, like not to give up. It will help you a lot. If you don't take the trade, instead of that, just read the market, okay? Man, my head is just burning. Look at the W chart. What a nice low. Yeah, nice W. Like, thank you, Raman. Have a great weekend, everyone, in advance. Hey, Beatmark, thank you so much. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Okay, have a good weekend, brother. I will come back and watch this stream again later to understand better. Take rest. See you Monday, God willing. Thank you so much, Sujiban. So yeah, guys, see you on Monday. Until then, cheers.